diamond in the rough done came and blessed us with her presence. A real queen and full of creativity and originality. And I remember when I first met you, I said, you are very interesting. And I would like to do a podcast on you. And it took a little time, but here we are. And I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me.
And would you like to introduce yourself to the ones that don't know you?
Sure, I am Shawanda Sc Starpeaces. I'm a vocal artist, visual artist, and a full-time photographer.
Okay.
So I am from Montgomery. Um, Graduated from Lanier.
Okay.
1997.
Poet. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Grew up right over here on Delano.
How you felt about that school?
How did I feel about it? What do you mean?
Like they sent the students to Carver.
I mean, I feel like they still gave the kids a new school.
They
you know?
did. They did.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed that.
I said that because we made a lot of enemies, and we was down the street from each other.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we were rivals. It wasn't supposed to be, bang bang shoot 'em up.
Right, right. It turned that though.
To be, yeah. Well, eventually, it was supposed to be, just friendly banter, school rivalry type thing.
Okay, okay.
I mean, that's how I take it.
Did you go to college after that?
I did attend Alabama State briefly. I was also in the military. So.
Okay, shouts out. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
And did and done and still doing. That's a blessing. What point in your life you knew you like to create?
I was definitely in the second grade.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. My dad had a friend that's a visual artist.
Okay.
He used to like to sketch.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to always talk about he was an artist, an artiste, an artist, an artiste. And,
I like that.
And so, being a second grader, you just want somebody to draw you something,
Right,
draw me a spaceship. Because I always been, I guess a weird kid.
Uh-huh.
So I like weird things. So spaceships is what I liked at that time.
True.
And he drew that spaceship, and I was like, this is not a spaceship. So I went and drew my own spaceship.
Right.
And that sparked, I love
this is a spaceship.
Yeah, this is what I want it to look like. I mean, now being 46.
Right. Hey, know what I'm talking about.
I understand individuality.
Mm-hmm.
So, back then, you got a one-track mind.
Right.
You know what something is supposed to look like. You watching TV.
You're right. You are exactly right.
Yeah, so now, I mean, that's why I also create perception-based art.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it is you see, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
When you first started, were you in, it seems to me it was more decor, earrings.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, when I started showing my work here in Montgomery 10 years ago, I started making earrings.
Okay.
So I was encouraged by a friend that's also an artist. He was like, please go bigger, go larger.
Yeah.
Your creativity needs a larger canvas.
Right.
So that's what I started doing. I just went a little larger, went to a 16 by 20.
I'm proud of you.
I just.
So second grade, what was your next art experience?
My next art experience was, I'm going to say, about 4th, 5th grade, I started ballet.
Okay.
And then my dad put me in piano.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
wow.
Then when I went to private school. I went to St. John Resurrection.
Okay, then.
Sheridan Heights. And I was creative there. We had art shows. We had, things where we could be creative. I was also salutatorian.
Shouts out. I promise you.
Of the school for my 8th grade year. But yeah, that's where it started. Then and by the time I made it to ninth grade, I was playing the piano and I was playing the flute.
Mm-hmm.
So took it to high school. I started playing flute and I
Wow.
played the French horn, the symphonic band French horn,
Wow.
and the mellophone, which is the marching band.
That's cool. You are an artiste.
Yeah.
You are more than a artist. You are artist. You what he was talking about, the dude with the spaceship?
Yeah.
You are what he was. You are the definition of that. And what does art do for you?
It makes me happy.
Okay.
It's very therapeutic. Helps me relax. Helps me meditate.
Mm-hmm.
Helps me open my mind to different spectrum.
Right.
I'm not a portrait artist, so I don't do a lot of drawing people or painting. I just paint from my imagination.
You do love black culture, though.
I do.
I see that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say I was my granddad was born 1899, so I know my great grandparents were part of the enslaved community. So that's why I delve into a lot of Black history, social justice type things.
That's what's up. That's important to have because we have to let children know it's another option than a basketball and a rap. You know, like be who you like. If that is who you are, be that.
Yeah, and we were great before we were enslaved.
Right. We kings, queens.
Yes, we were very great.
And some of their people are too. You know.
The Moors ruled 800 years in Europe. They traveled from Africa, went to Europe, and taught the Europeans lots.
Right. Lots of things.
Lots of things. Specifically from the Dogon tribe and Mali.
You deep in it too.
Yeah.
you definitely deep in it. And that's good to have a strong black woman. A woman, period. To just embrace like what we've been through and turn it to art.
Oh, for sure.
Cause it's not all bad.
It's not. It's not. Well, it's what you allow into your aura, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like that pessimistic energy.
Yeah, that victimized.
Like, I like joy. You know, I like peace.
Yeah. Me too. I can't do nothing without peace, joy, or happiness.
Right.
All in one.
It's hard to create if you ain't got that.
You right. Is most of your art come from a picture of you? Yeah. Cause I told you it's something about you. Like you always look the same from 2015. No, your face. Like the energy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Your energy. You always look the same and number smiles on every picture I see. Cause I do my little research and I've been looking through your page all day and I've been seeing nothing but black art culture. That's how I found out. I was like, man, she is deep in this. But you are interested because you do paintings without even a brush.
Right.
You know,
knife only.
Right.
Palette knives.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, when and where did you get into that?
I don't know. All I do is create.
Yeah.
So if I see something, I'll use a comb and paint.
For real?
Yeah.
So you are an artiste.
Yeah. Everything is art to me. Everything can be used. You got your hands. You got
imaginary world, because a lot go on in our world that we should escape, but only on positive. You know, definitely. I'm not gonna escape and go to another hell.
It makes no sense. You can stay where you are.
You can stay over there. Leave me alone. Yeah. I wanted to get into painting because my granddad was a architect.
Okay.
He went to Seattle, the school in Seattle, and he was one of the best artists I ever seen in my life because, me being a child knows it. The first time I seen my grandma naked was on his pictures. You feel me? And it was weird. I was like, man, but it was so beautiful in the other pictures. You know, I'm like, he was really an artist. I couldn't, and I got like art is just not drawing. It's music. Like you saying, when you was playing all them instruments, that was the art in you the whole time. Yep. And like I see you everywhere around nothing but art. Kevin King, Anthony Thomas. You know, it's beautiful to meet them people because we in Montgomery are not on that.
Well, I mean, for a long time, Montgomery just didn't have a art scene.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna say they had an art scene.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it wasn't. Let's say that it was.
Yeah. You right. Yeah. And what Shakespeare? That's about to close it.
Well, Montgomery Museum of Fine Arts.
Yeah.
Shakespeare is more the theater art.
Theater art. Okay. Yeah. And it's and the little stuff they had downtown that they'll tell you about, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll be involved.
But you slipped through them cracks.
He said slip through the cracks.
Yeah, you supposed to though.
It's out there.
It's out there.
All you have to do is apply.
You right.
You know, they put the calls out or they'll put a link out there. Just tap on the link and see if it's something that you want to be involved in.
What do you like about photography?
What I like about photography? I like the rawness of photography. I really don't. I'm just not a fan of filters and like that. I like to see the naturalness of people. It's like I really don't like flash photography. I do flash photography, but I don't like it. I just really like natural light photography. I like the raw. If you have a blemish, honor your blemish. You see yourself every day. You know, it's like that's what I like.
And AI done went so crazy. Like a blemish ain't nothing no more.
My brother be on it with that AI too.
Look, a blemish ain't nothing no more. And I'm either loved or hate in the photography game because I embrace off guard pictures.
Okay.
I love to. I feel like I don't want to get you in no.
Posy.
I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of posy.
I hate that, but people be wanting. I need to. I done got 203,000 pictures already, baby. You feel me? So
it's only so much of posing you can do. Be natural. I like to. I'm a event photographer.
Me too.
So that's what I like to capture events.
Yeah.
I like to capture the candidness of the event. I like to tell the story. If the person didn't attend, they can share that album and be like, "Oh, this is what happened."
Right.
Oh, they were doing this. Boom. You know, I like to tell the story too. With my event.
And you can be like, "Oh, I love to get this expression. You got that?"
Yeah. You know, some people be so wrapped up in their event.
Yeah.
Like, they miss some of those moments. When they see those images, they're like, oh
man. And that do something to my heart when they hit me with that. I'm like, this is why I'm in this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say I'm a creative photographer. I'm not just a photographer.
A photographer, right. And it's a different.
Yeah.
It's a different. So right, and as Anthony Thomas called it, the money shot. Yeah, man. So, how long have you been taking art to the next level? When and how long have you been taking it to the next level?
I'm gonna say to the next level. I'm gonna say about 8 years ago. That's when I found my style of art that I like to create, and that's what I've honed in on. Like you said, the images of me, or it looks like it's me. Right. I do derive it from me, and I also just derive it from also West African type culture as well.
You're very confident in your pictures too, and that would make it so, beautiful. Like confidence always. A person, like I have asked a person, I was like, why do you like me? And then they say just your confidence. You don't care what nobody think about you or how they, and that means like through anything, pictures, music, confidence, acting, you know, confidence is to the next level. And what do you hate about photography?
What do I hate about photography?
Right.
Editing.
Me too. Why people don't understand? Okay, I'm really lowballing myself at a price I'm finna give you.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to sit up 3 more hours and edit these pictures.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Photoshop is very intricate. Like, yeah, you can do the AI thing, but I don't know. I like going through.
Me too.
Through the actual motions, and so you can perfect it. You know, but that's not something I want to.
That's a long process.
I ain't gonna say I hate, but I'm gonna scratch that word. I dislike.
Word.
Yeah. Hate is no, I don't hate.
How much have motherhood molded you to who you are?
Oh man. I mean, it's really who I am.
That's what I'm
saying.
Because
I've had kids like all my adulthood. You know,
that's what I'm getting
early, at. Yeah. So they're the ones who molded me. You know, it's like we raised each other. You know, and I have daughters. So and they're adults now. It's more so raising somebody you want to be around. Right. So you know you raise the people up to be the friends that you want to always have in your life.
Right. That's what me and you had a conversation through the door when I was talking about my son and things. That's the end goal. The whole end goal. All I want him to do is just listen to me. You know? Yeah. And I'm talking about through your whole career, you've been in tune in motherhood.
Yeah.
And I can tell, like, everything is about you in them pictures and strong and leadership. That's what your picture's streaming. Yeah, motherhood.
Okay, cool.
Right. And I've been watching you the whole time, and anytime I could do something to help or whatever, I'm there. You know. Like, what was Capital City Club mean to you?
Capital City Club?
Yeah.
Once upon a time, well, we have a gym. My dad is a master karate person.
Okay.
He's a sensei.
Okay.
So we had a boxing gym. We had an MMA.
Right.
Martial arts and karate gym.
Oh.
So Capital City Boxing was a name of my dad's friend's boxing club.
Okay. So you just go punch.
I got a little something.
Yeah, okay, that's strong. That's good. That and you want to know what karate implement a lot of discipline, and you have a lot of that.
It was also taught by military as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in the military for 11 years.
Okay. Well, what was you doing there?
Ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was in the Army.
Okay.
Hoorah.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
Yeah.
Is Marine.
I'm sorry, y'all. Don't nobody jump on me, man, please.
I won't. Okay. Yeah, that's where the discipline comes from. But, you know, karate is...
Because it takes discipline. Like, I tell everybody that when you really want something, it's going to take you getting up out the bed.
Definitely. It's
going to take you on the days you don't want to do it. You just ain't going to, it's not going to always be there. But you got to give a stab at it.
Yeah, it's practice. It's more than once or twice a day.
Right.
It's more than once or twice a week.
Right. You know,
it happens every day.
Every day, man. You just don't understand how many days I want to go here and go there. But I know I can't.
Right.
I need to focus on learning how to do emails. I need to learn how to edit a new way of edit the new software. It ain't all about the camera no more. It's so crazy, like
it's behind the scenes things
and it's a good thing though. I appreciate every moment of it because I learned this myself. I didn't go to school for it or nothing.
Self-taught.
Self-taught. Everything you see and attain, that makes you love it and embrace it more.
Definitely. I self-taught myself playing those horns.
For real?
Yeah. My band director's like, okay, you want to play it? There you go.
That's crazy.
Learn it.
And how old you were?
I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you musically inclined?
I am.
Okay. You don't need notes.
You said I don't need notes?
Notes.
Oh, yeah.
You can read notes.
I started reading music.
Okay, you can read. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a different. You know the logic and all type of. Yeah. So who are you first? The musician or the artist?
The artist.
Okay.
Because music is kind of behind me a little bit, but I'm picking it back up.
Okay. All right. Okay then.
Because I am a busker, so I paint downtown live sometimes.
Where?
I just pick a corner.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Pick a corner.
That's special.
Yeah, got my license to be a busker, be a peddler,
Okay. Yeah. And thanks for Charles Lee. Charles Lee put me on that.
To the busking? Okay.
Yeah. And Anthony Thomas. They both put me on that.
Cool. Yeah. I've had my license for, I think this is my 4th year with my license. And just go out there, create.
Okay. Friday, Saturdays?
It could be any day.
Monday.
Yeah, it could be a Monday. I like that. The city was giving incentives last year. And I tapped in on it, made some very good monies. Okay. From that city incentive. And
where can they find you?
Where can they find me?
Where can they find you on this social media platform?
Okay, cool. Yeah. On Instagram, I am at Starpeaces. That's StarPaces. And that's also on Facebook. Okay. And I also have a website. That's Starpeaces. That's StarPaces.artcall.org.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I also seen you a lot at the range. You love music. And you're not like at heart. You just turned 21.
You think so?
I think so. I do. But that what it take. And I told somebody that the other day. Somebody said, oh, matter of fact, it was my young lady. We was talking about, she was like, oh, they're old. I was like, people not old. People just start looking old, and that would make them old. When you start looking old, that's when you're old. I done seen some wonderful looking 80-year-old people. Yeah. Wonderful.
I have too.
And you're not going to say they're old. You're just going to say they're older.
Yeah.
And that's how I want to go. I want to go out there saying, oh, that was a handsome chocolate 95-year-old with no wrinkles. I hope like God I get to say that when I'm 95.
Right, for sure. Yeah. Me too.
And hopefully I do, because I've been doing the things to take that. Like I just quit. I'm a non-smoker. I said,
my cigarettes?
Yeah, cigarettes. Yeah. But I'm a non-smoker of tobacco. I don't even smoke tobacco papers.
That's what's up.
Boom. Right. But it's just beautiful. And I don't smoke in the house.
Okay, cool.
Just bought ours and shit. So we don't. It's just beautiful. Like the air just smells better.
Yeah, and then you don't have to be scrubbing your walls.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. That's too much work.
Wipe them down. I like making my frames.
Yeah.
So if you see the little wood frames,
you know who it is.
That's my work. I don't go to Michael's and get my frames.
We don't do none of that. Well, are you eating